Welcome to SideQuest Podcast. Listen in and level up. I have brand new software here, guys, so I'm definitely testing out some new little intros there. But this is solo episode number 1. Just me, no guests, just Robbie talking to you by himself. But I have a great episode for you. But again, we're going to get through some show notes. If you're not following me on Twitter, check me out at SideQuest FM. You can follow me on Instagram as well, SideQuest FM. Check out all the shenanigans I get into each and every single day on Snapchat. You can follow me there, SideQuest Fit. Facebook is the place to follow. Head over there. You'll get updates on podcasts, taco camp, taco recipes every Tuesday, brand new articles when they come out, solo episodes when they come out on Thursdays, and fun discussions throughout the week. Also, head over to the website where you can read all the articles, listen to all the podcasts as well. If you haven't left a review on iTunes, please leave a review on iTunes. It helps me move up the charts so that more people can hear from the amazing 100 guests that I've had on the show throughout the history of SideQuest Podcast. So head over there. It's also, the podcast is on SoundCloud, it's on Google Play Music, and it's on Stitcher. So wherever you listen, doesn't matter wherever it is, even if it's something like Podcast Republic or some sort of aggregator on Android. So please leave a review wherever you listen. And if you like, send me a screenshot of that review. I'd love to know where it is so I can go check it out and say thank you on that platform. As I said, this is my first solo episode. I'm a little nervous. First time out by myself. But you know what? I'm going to let that intro music play. That amazing intro music by Petra Vita Music. Follow him on Twitter as well, Petra Vita Music. You can find him on SoundCloud as well. And where I found him is over on Anchor. Anchor is like the voice Twitter. So you get 2 minutes to put out anything you want to talk about. You get 1 minute to reply to people. There's some really cool stuff going on over on Anchor. That's an iOS app. I believe they do have it for Android now as well. But I'm going to shut up. It's time to get into the show. I have something really great to share with you in today's episode.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key band right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.
Hey guys, welcome to the first solo episode of SideQuest Podcast. I'm super stoked and slightly nervous to do one on my own, but you'll get these every single Thursday, every week, along with the guests that you'll have on Mondays. I put in an old CD the other day. I was driving around and randomly found an old CD from high school, and a great song came on, performed by the Dave Matthews Band. It was written by their violinist, and right now, for some stupid reason, my brain is blanking and I can't remember his name. But he wrote a great song, and the lyrics, I don't know. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for this first episode, and I wasn't sure. I'd recorded something, didn't really like it, and these lyrics spoke to me. So I want to sort of go off of these. Here are the lyrics. When you look in the mirror, do you like what's looking at you? Now that you've seen your true reflection, what on earth are you going to do? The chorus, find some inspiration. It's down deep inside of you. A million situations. Your whole life is ahead of you. Let those lyrics sort of sink in for a minute. We'll go back to the beginning. When you look into the mirror, do you like what's looking at you? You know, a few years ago, before I started my journey of getting myself in shape and getting more fit and getting the body back that I wanted, that's what happened to me. I got out of the shower and I saw the person that I saw in the mirror. I saw that true reflection, and who I thought I was in my mind, who I viewed myself as in the world, wasn't who I saw in the mirror. You know, I thought I was confident. I thought I was a strong person. I thought that, you know, I thought I was cool and I was awesome and I was good to go. But that's not what my body reflected. That's not how I felt about myself in that moment. And I knew I had that sort of, that moment where I came to a realization that this is what the world sees. This is what I'm presenting to the world, and this is what people see. So if I'm thinking this, or is this really who I want the world to see? Is this who I want to put out? Do you like what's looking at you? No, I didn't. I didn't like what was looking at me at all. And in that moment, I realized I needed to make a change. Those thoughts sort of swam around my head, as I got dressed, and I sort of came to a realization that, I'll get to that in a second. Let's get through the lyrics. Now that you've seen your true reflection, what on earth are you going to do? I saw my true reflection. I saw my true reflection in that mirror. I did not like what I saw. I was not happy with it. Who I thought I was not the reflection I saw in the mirror. Now we go into the chorus. Find some inspiration. It's down deep inside of you. We all need to be inspired. I believe myself to be an artist, and whether that's being an actor on stage, whether that's writing as a writer, whether that is creating podcasts, I feel that I'm an artist. It's what I went to school for. It's what I loved doing as a kid. I loved doing art, creating. I believe that deep down we are all meant to be creators. But I didn't have any inspiration. At the time, my girlfriend and I had sort of broke up, and maybe that was sort of inspiration. I mean, I guess, I was living in New York City, and my sort of inspiration was like, yeah, I'm going to go out, I'm going to get some ladies. That wasn't really inspiration. I mean, that was a cover-up. That was a false confidence I was putting over myself because I wasn't happy with who I was. I wasn't happy with the situation I was in. I was actually quite mad at myself. Find some inspiration. It's down deep inside of you. I've always believed, growing up, that a hero has lived inside of me. Something stirred. Something I couldn't quite put a finger on. Something I couldn't quite grasp. Hero was really the only sort of thing I could give to it because I loved comic books. I loved playing video games, where I was the hero and got to be the person who saved the princess and saved the day. And as I got older and I read philosophy and I read, all the different sort of religions and how everything sort of, followed that Joseph Campbell mythos, the hero of 1,000 faces, I started to realize it was all very similar. And even the same heroes that I believe follow a same similar structure. And I always believed that deep inside of me, I could be greater than I was. And a little voice would tell me that, even through all the times that I was negative. I didn't grow up with the best relationship with my dad. We didn't have the best relationship. We didn't really speak that much. I kind of hated my dad. I really hated my dad. If you want to read about that, sidequestfitness.com/father, and you can read that story about my dad. But I was also hard on myself. Everyone in my family thought I was going to be a rocket scientist. They were relying on me to get them out of being poor. That they thought that because I was so book smart, that would be great. But what happened in class when I sucked at something? What happened? I got so hard on myself. I told myself I was dumb, I was stupid, and I would never, ever get this, and I would never, ever succeed. I got so down on myself that I started to believe all of those negative things. All those negative things continued on when my father laid them on me, when other people in my family would lay those things on me. Yeah, I was book smart. I didn't have a lot of street smarts or common sense, but I started to believe those things. I honestly started to believe a lot of that. Even though that little voice would pipe up every once in a while, I believed that I wasn't going to do much, that I couldn't do it. Find some inspiration. It's down deep inside of you. That lyric just, it echoed in my mind as I was listening to the song, and it brought me back to the inspiration that I found. The inspiration that I found was that I've done nothing my whole life but play video games and read comic books and read stories about heroes who came from the same background, similar backgrounds as me. They overcame their obstacles and they became greater than they ever were before. And that voice inside of me was like, Robbie, you've already done that. You've already done that with every single obstacle you've conquered in life. Think about all the awesome things you've done. First person to graduate in your family from college. No one else can claim that. You're living in New York City. No one else in your family has really gotten outside of North Carolina. You've been to places that other family members have only dreamed of. You've done things that they can never, ever, ever have an experience of. And every time an obstacle has come up, you've survived. You've found a way. So this time, the way you need to do it is connect with the heroes in the games that you've always played. Become that person. Treat your fitness and your goal to get fit like a game. Level up each and every single day until you hit a new PR, and then you've hit a whole new level. You've got that experience point, and that is what inspired me. My gaming background told me that, you know what, you can do this. You've done it before, and everything else. A million situations, your whole life is ahead of you. That lyric is what I want to really speak to you about today. I told you some background on me, but a million situations, your whole life is ahead of you. Whatever you're going through right now, like, there are a million different obstacles you'll face in your life. There's probably a million things you're facing right now. There's a million doubts in your head, but your whole life is ahead of you. This one moment in time, this one moment. I mean, God, think about high school. Think about how awful and shitty high school was. But now you're beyond that. So far beyond that. It's over with. You might even not think about high school anymore. Your whole life is ahead of you. Right now, whatever you're struggling with, whatever you're thinking about doing, whatever you're wondering, well, should I get up? Should I get off the couch? Should I get fit? Should I eat healthy? Should I do this? Should I start this business? Should I do that? Yes, the fuck you should. Your whole life is ahead of you. All you're waiting for is that one moment, that one decision to say yes, to take that one step forward. I was thinking about this as I was finishing and driving home, that, you know, when you look at Google Earth, or you're flying high above the earth, you know, in a plane, you look below you and it looks flat. You know, you could be flying over Colorado and you know there are mountains down there, but it's just flat. You look at Google Earth, and from really far away, everything just seems flat. It's a two-dimensional image. That's all that you see. Now, when you zoom in, when you get really, really close, you notice that there's so much more to the picture. And that's what happens with a lot of our obstacles. That's what happens to a lot of our problems. We see it as a two-dimensional figure instead of really getting in to see what we're really dealing with and how we can really overcome it. So I'll leave you with this one sort of final thought. It's a little morbid, a little macabre, if you will, but sort of just something that I've always sort of thought about. There are going to be 2 dates on your tombstone. Now, in the future, our tombstones, if they're still in cemeteries and we're not, you know, all stored digitally somewhere or something, people will be able to go to wherever you're buried in a cemetery, whip out their phones or use their computers embedded in their brains and be able to Google your name and find out your life story. They'll be able to do that. They'll probably do it now for most people. But there'll be 2 dates on your tombstone. The date you were born and the date you died. And in between those dates will be a dash. That dash is like that two-dimensional image that you see on Google Earth or flying high above the earth. It's just a dash. You look at it, you see a beginning and an end. But you don't see the middle, where the story is written. That dash could have highs and lows and bumps and successes and failures. Inspiration is everywhere. But the inspiration you already need is inside of you. Luke Skywalker had it. Commander Shepard had it. If you're playing Skyrim, Dovahkiin had it. The greatest philosophers and teachers throughout history all understood one thing. You have the same power as the gods. Deep inside of you, you have the power to write the story you've always wanted, to make that dash so magnificent that when you die and someone Googles your name, they stand in awe reading the story of the awesome kick-ass stuff that you did in your life. And even if someone doesn't, go to your gravesite and Google your name. That dash, your family can fill in. Your loved ones can look at that dash and think, damn, what a life they lived. What a story we can tell of this one person. And that's why, as gamers and nerds and geeks and video game players, tabletop players, like whatever it is, whatever you play, that's why we're able to succeed at anything. Why we're better equipped to succeed in getting our health in order, in getting more fit, in running a business, in accomplishing any task there is, because we understand if you turn it into a game and we turn it into a journey and a fun adventure, we can succeed because we know how to write a story. We know how to follow a story. And that's all I want to leave you with in this first episode is go write your story. Write the story you want the world to know. I tell this to all of my clients that I coach. Tell the story over the next few months that we're coaching together. I want you, when we're done, to be able to tell a story of triumph, of struggle, of success. But I want you to be able to look back and realize that that person you were is not who you are now. I want you to tell a new story, because the best time to change the path you're on is right now. You can always change the path you're on if you don't like the path you're on. So let's go out. Let's create lives that in 50 years, when someone Googles our name walking through a cemetery, they don't find a flat line. They get to research and read about the most kick-ass, awesome life that even from the grave, you can be the inspiration that inspires them to make huge changes in their life. All right, heroes, I will see you next week on SideQuest Podcast. Again, if you have any questions or you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review on iTunes or hit me up, sidequestfitness@gmail.com. Now go be kick-ass.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records, and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key bamf right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.